Three, two, one. How y'all doing out there? The YouTube.com Jamestown, California show. Today is Tuesday, and basically, my day was ruined from the onset. Not because of Joe Biden, but my timing today kind of started late, and I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I've been pretty much staying as much as I can inside and staying within a 3 or 4 or 5 city radius where I reside because of the numbers increasing. I'm just not sure really how these numbers are going up and really what is causing the numbers to go up during this national emergency. It's bad enough we have a president that admitting slowing down testing numbers so the numbers don't go up. But when Joe Biden was asked if he was tested and he said no, and he didn't have any symptoms, well, most of these left-wing media people consistently talk about people that don't have symptoms but are giving the virus to other people. So there's kind of a double standard there. The way I have the information is after your first 15 days, when you were taking the vice president's advice, if you have not had a fever, then you're okay. That is the number one thing, is getting temperature checks, like when we're going in and outside of certain businesses. What Joe Biden should have added was everyone should be getting a temperature check in the mail so they could take their own temperature. That would solve, at least in my opinion, half the problem of people going in and out, sure or not sure of being A or not symptomatic, because in my opinion this is all half of that whole asymptomatic thing is just not true. There must be some other cause of the virus and why people are getting it and how they're getting it. They're not talking about other factors that in my opinion are adding to this or deflecting the truth about how this all emerged. Because whether you agree or disagree, right now the story is that this was brought from Wuhan. And Wuhan's a province in China. Whether it was from bat soup or in a laboratory, it came from there. And a lot of this has been deflected because the president has absolutely no credibility anymore. And the fact that he suppressed information because of his cozy relationship with the CCP and other adversaries, I just find that his resignation might not be substantial, that you might have to impeach the president with the crystal ship sinking like the Titanic right now at full speed. And I'm not kidding around, because if you do continue this campaign and then spraying the virus from the White House because you possibly had the coronavirus and didn't tell people or members of your staff, at least Joe Biden's having a little respect towards other people and playing it a lot safer than I believe the campaign of the president. The president should resign and the Senate should impeach Donald Trump for admitting slowing down testing and then saying Kung flu. No one asked Joe Biden about the Kung flu statements. What that tells me is that prejudice and that meanness is secondary to them, or to them it's not mean enough for them to go on the political attack. And in my opinion, it was the most mean thing I have ever heard any president, and I just don't understand how it was not caught on by Congress. And you could totally see where congressional leaders stand on this issue, both the House and the Senate, whether they vote yes or no on impeaching the president right now, this week. Articles of impeachment, slowing down testing. When I'm hearing Joe Biden using phrases like rocket science and things from the Jamestown, California show, it does tell me that the experts are actually listening to the experts. Number one. Number two, that was what Joe Biden, if you listen to his whole speech, now the Jamestown, California has been incorporated with the language now with the Biden campaign. The fact that he has not campaigned in 89 days, being I'm the class of 89, 1989, that he came out of the basement today and all the talking points. You know, Joe Biden has a good opportunity to be president right now, and it's because the Republicans have not stood up to what's right and wrong. However, the Senate is still controlled by the Republicans. And if you were to nominate Tim Scott and have Vice President Pence exit the campaign with Donald Trump, and then have Tim Scott nominated and then actually voted in as president, I believe the Constitution allows that. And that would be the only way the Republicans could save the party. And that would have everything back to normal just like that. And I don't think you guys understand the importance. By putting Tim Scott as a president, or have him being voted to become the president, and you'll see who says yes and who says no, we have a whole new issue to talk about. And a lot of people, in my opinion, would be on board with this, even on the left. And if they're not on board, then I'm really concerned about this politicization of all of this. We're going to leave it at that at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. YouTube.com, Jamestown, California, and on Twitter, Jamestown Calif. Thank you very much.